movies or TV shows?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
And you hit us both because we both grew up with movies.
Yeah.
Or TV shows.
TV shows too.
TV shows
are good
too.
Yeah.
I saw your the survey that you like many TV shows, right?
Oh
like
yeah. The tech side, the computers I fix are language services machines.
Mm-hmm.
So I essentially fix the machines that interpret for Nepali speaking people, French speaking, Spanish.
Okay.
So it's all international, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm fixing the machines and pretty much distribute them throughout the hospital, make sure they're all running. I avoid the patient to patient, patient contact. No more of that, right? So I let the computers do it. And so I was interested in the tech side because of AI coming in, right?
Yeah.
Eventually AI will take over. Eventually AI will do the interpreting. So I figured if I can jump ahead and just work on these Surface Pros and let the computers doing the interpreting with a person in there, eventually it's going to be an AI doing it.
Yeah.
So if I could jump way ahead, by the time in 5-10 years it'll be AI doing it, and I get to run the fleet of AI tech.
लागेर बस जस्तो आयो त्यस्तै सुन मेरो आफ्नै खाले धुन मेरो आफ्नै खाले धुन राईको नयाँ खाले र्याप बम ब्लास्ट पड्क्यो बुम and I'm coming with a strap तेरो टाउको बच्चा टुङ 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 bitch what the fuck y'all be thinking
News, nonsense and more.
Well, welcome to another episode of News, Nonsense and More. Just like I said last time, we have taken this episode and brought it down to 3 segments. One is the interview with our guest. We'll know about his life, his journey, what he does, his philosophy, his morals. Hopefully if they're good, right? But and then we also go down to the second segment, which is the trivia or games, whatever Mike has put up. Who is our co-host? You can never get to see his face because I forbid it. And then the last one is we'll react to any viral videos or subreddits. Or just fun stuff in general. So, before we begin, I also want to mention, hit everybody who watches this video, hit the subscribe button. It really helps us out. So help us out by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell. Okay, just want to make sure you guys get that. I see the views coming in, but we need those subscriptions in order to grow so we can keep doing this. And we also appreciate your support. So with that being said, I want to introduce our next guest on the show, Ruben.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Going good.
From the FPL group chat to a podcast.
Yes, FPL.
FPL, right? So me and Ruben, we know each other because we are a part of the FPL, which is the Fantasy Premier League. So not like American football fantasy. It's more about the European football, particularly the Premier League, because that's the real football.
Yeah.
All right. Debate me on that. But yeah, I mean, so what do you think?
Well, I had a fantastic season.
I know.
I ended up 50K in the world.
You're in a 50K in the world?
In the entire world, yeah.
That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
How many people are there?
There's 11 million players playing, but about 2 million are engaged.
Wow.
So out of those 2 million...
You are top 50?
Top 50K, yeah.
Wow.
Respectively.
Nice.
Yes.
He just wants to show off a little bit.
Yeah, I have to.
It's got to put it out there, guys. Yeah. Ladies, 50K, just putting it out there.
Yes.
But yeah, before I begin, so tell us a little bit about you. What do you do? Who are you? So our audience wants to know who Ruben is. So if someone asks you who Ruben is.
Well, I'm from Georgia originally.
Georgia?
Yes. I was born in Georgia. We moved to Texas, Fort Worth. Been here since 1989.
Uh-huh.
So I lived my whole life here. I went to school here. I went to university here. And I work now at the Children's Hospital.
Okay.
And I work in the tech field.
Okay.
So I fix the language services machines. I update them. I replace them.
Oh, nice.
And that's what I do now. And I've been there 15 years.
15 years?
Yes.
How did you get into it?
I originally got into it. I was in school at university, and I got into it through interpreter services. I was interpreting for the Hispanic community for many years.
Okay.
And then it was supposed to be a short-term job. The original plan was to go to law school.
Okay.
So I backed out of going to law school because I realized how cutthroat you have to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
And I don't have cutthroat in me at all.
You have morals.
I have morals, correct. I'm not a blood-sucking lawyer.
You don't want someone's like, screw the other guy, right?
Yeah. I didn't have that in me, so I backed out of that. And I ended up staying at the hospital, so now I've been there 15 years. It went real fast, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
So if you had to give advice to someone who kind of like, let's say, got into the same field as you, what would be the advice that you would kind of give them? Because there's so many people out there, right, from your community or even our community as well. Everybody's kind of like IT, doctor, engineer. Like highest or a lawyer or just a high paying jobs, right?
Yeah.
But these positions or these skill sets are still as valuable, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you have the wherewithal to do these things, obviously, if you were born with the skill to be an engineer, IT, lawyer, doctor, obviously you pursue that, right? But yeah, it depends on, how is best to help the community out, the greater good, if you will. Yeah. And, if you're good at something, then yeah, go for it for sure.
Yeah. So if you had to give advice into getting into that field, what would you say?
Because
you were like...
Yeah,
you're part-timing, right? So.
Right. When I was the interpreter, for example, that in itself was like very good for people because it the communities that are like non-English speaking.
Yes.
Obviously, you can relate to that a bit.
Absolutely.
So helping them out it did a lot of good. Like a lot of good. They would appreciate. I would cry with them. I would console them. It was a lot of hard times. A lot of what do they call care conferences at night where you have to deliver bad news to the parents.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I went through a lot of those, and I went to a lot of dark days for many years. A lot of therapy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because you take that home, and you're human.
Yeah.
And that's the reason that I went to the tech world a bit.
Because you just kind of wanted to avoid that.
I kind of wanted to avoid that. I had enough of it.
Yeah.
And it's fine. You can do it, but you can't let it consume you either.
Wait, how long did you do the whole the translation caretaking?
For 14 years.
So you did it for 14 years?
Yes.
So that means you have 14 years of baggage on that. So you finally just recently went into the tech side.
Correct.
Wow.
So I've had 1 year of the tech, yeah. And I told them as soon as I go to tech, no more of those death care conferences. And I don't do not one because I can't do it anymore.
I don't know if you want to share.
All right. Well, the death care conference is when the doctor delivers the bad news to the parents, telling them, your kid, this is it, pulmonary edema, brain dead. For example, they're not going to walk again, things like that. So pretty much the worst of the worst.
The worst of the worst.
When they drown, when they choke on a marble, And
you're talking like, because you're a children's hospital,
correct,
right?
Children's hospital.
Oh, so that hits even harder.
Correct.
Oh, because it's not like adults, it's kids.
No. It's kids.
Oh, man.
Now, does this happen every single time? No. Okay. But I can count enough in my head to like remember the kids' names. Oh. So I try to like forget, but it always stays with you. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
14 years of it, dude. It's like,
yeah.
If you can share if you want to, but I'm kind of curious, which is the worst one? Like the one that always like you will always remember.
The one I would always remember is this baby named Maximo, right? And so this kid, he must have been like a baby, right? And the doctor, I'm not gonna name any names, but the doctor went in there and he did the surgery, and there was some kind of complication, right? And then the mother was crying, trying to get the nurse's attention that she couldn't communicate with him, with the nurse, saying that something was wrong. Okay, so the kid codes, right? And they call me later, right? And then they're already in the ICU. And then I'm there, and then she's just bawling, dude, crying, right? They're in there. You can see the intestines out of the kid. Like they're in there trying to fix them.
It out, yeah.
And so, like the mother's crying, saying that, why didn't you get an interpreter? I was trying to explain that he wasn't right, and I'm the interpreter. Yeah. So in a way, I felt guilty. I was like, why didn't you guys call me?
Yeah.
So at the same time, I was kind of like, had I been there faster, had I gotten there faster, then maybe, But we had to go to like day therapy where like all the staff was there.
Yeah.
And we had to like go step by step on what happened that day, and And it turns out it was none of our fault. It's just something that happened.
It just happens.
It just happened. But at the time, it just felt so horrible. You know, I could still hear the mother screaming. It's horrible, man.
Oh man.
That's why I went to tech. I was like, I can't do this forever.
Yeah,
Like I just
14
can't. 14
years.
14 years is a long time.
It's a long time.
Now, in fairness, every single day I didn't get a case like that. But the ones that stuck out, they just remained in my head. You know.
I mean, like it takes one to. It just takes
dude.
one.
It just takes one. Yeah.
I mean, like just I remember like a long time ago when I was in Nepal.
Yeah.
And when I was like growing up over there, it was like a lot before I came over here because we were going back and forth at that time.
Right.
There was like that was the first time I ever saw a dead body because what was it? There was supposedly a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I heard.
Right.
But I don't know how true it is, but all I know is I saw a dead body. So the story behind it was there was supposedly a wedding,
Mm-hmm.
and then the guy ran off with his girlfriend on the day of the wedding.
Oh, wow.
So that girl who was supposed to get married, and this was in Chitwan, by the way, in Narayancut. Yeah, that was. And there's this bridge, and there's a river. There's no like lakes or stuff like that over there. It's just like rivers, and they're very violent.
Mm-hmm.
And then she decided to jump off, and it's not like that deep. I guess deep, but not deep enough where like if you jump off a bridge, you're definitely gonna go down. And a lot of people in Nepal don't really swim.
Right.
You know, I mean, even the ones that I've met, they have a hard time swimming. Like even over here, like I hear cases. So you know, we heard like she had jumped off and couldn't find her body, and then 2-3 days later, like the body eventually comes up on the shore.
Right.
And people are like saying that we got not finding a body. It was a small area. So I remember going there, and her skin was green. Dude.
Oh yeah.
It was green, like her nail. I saw her like she didn't have her nails.
Mm-hmm.
It had come off.
Yeah.
It was all like just green,
like
one of those zombie movies kind of thing. It was like that. I was like, oh man. And I was what was it? I was maybe like 13, 14 at that time, because I came here when I was like 16.
Right.
So that was like the one time I've seen that.
Right.
And after that, I'm like, nah, I can't. I knew like healthcare was not meant for me.
Oh yeah. It takes a special kind of person.
Yeah,
to go down there.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I have friends who are in the medical side, who are nurses who work in ER.
Right.
I have a friend also currently right now in Stony Brook University Hospital.
Right.
Like he tells me some of these crazy stories, like these kids being kids, they're speeding.
Oh yeah.
And then they get in an accident and they're like cut into two, or their like legs are like coming off, and there's like teenagers, or like this. He was telling me last time this girl got into such a devastating accident, she was like paralyzed for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
And she was like only like 16, 17 years old, and she was the friend who was a nurse who worked in ER would tell me like in the beginning, when people are coming in, they're coding, they're like trying desperately to save their lives, right? Because they feel like that's why they went to this profession,
right?
And then she told me later on, like, you do it so much that you're just following a process at that point in time. You like 2 minutes, you're like trying to like doing CPR, and then nothing happens. They look at it. Should we call it? Oh yeah, sure. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it numbs you. You become like not even human after a while. Like it autopilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just becomes like as if you're fixing something, right?
Yeah, and numb to it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like that can happen, and especially nowadays, like whatever we're seeing online and through TikTok and whatever is happening over there, it's it's in the beginning it's like crazy, but now like as you see it on a consistent basis, you're like, oh man, another one. Another one is just like at that point in time, like even I'm like, I can't keep looking at this.
Yeah.
But
so you have only worked hospitals over here in.
Yeah, I worked 15 years at the hospital. Before that, I worked at a mail company, and I worked part-time at a funeral home, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, during the 15 years. So I even saw the the dead bodies like you mentioned. Yeah. So.
You have to go to Nepal and see the hospitals over there and see how much worse it is over there.
I haven't seen it, but I heard it is devastatingly bad.
Oh, wow.
And I feel really, really bad for poor people.
Oh yeah,
because over there, I think I've heard stories they don't even release the bodies to the family until they pay the hospital dues.
Oh wow, that's horrible.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
It's insane like that, dude.
Damn.
It's insane. Yeah, I mean, like, healthcare should be a basic necessity.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Healthcare. At least in the United States, you might go bankrupt, but at least they won't stop you from doing all that stuff. Even you have to pay for
In
it.
Nepal, like one time I saw a viral video of people sterilizing those things that you have to sterilize. They were just washing it.
Wow.
They were just like washing it.
That's
where? Oh, you mean
just like washing dishes?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they weren't even using alcohol?
No.
Oh
That's
my
how they sterilize
God.
stuff at the hospitals and villages. I was like shocked seeing
No
that
way.
viral video.
Well, that's villages, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully not in the city.
Not in
Not in the city.
Kathmandu.
Not in the city.
Not in Kathmandu. Hopefully not in Kathmandu.
Kathmandu, the hospitals are really good, but
Okay.
outside Kathmandu, the health centers over there are not so
Yeah,
proper for it.
that's crazy.
Wow.
Damn, that's crazy. Now you're making me think because, like, because you're in a children's hospital, so that's 14 years of doing that, and man, that must suck.
Yeah, it did for a long time. Yeah, until I moved away from the. But before, you got to remember, I was doing a lot of good. Like, these people needed me, right?
Yeah.
So that was how I was justifying it. I was like,
yeah.
well, I'm helping them. They have to know, right?
Yeah, you kind of help them cope with it. We kind of make
Correct.
them understand, because it's better to be able to tell them
Correct.
than like leaving them not knowing at all.
Correct.
Right? So,
Yeah.
For me, I think you are doing a lot good.
Yeah.
I think for doing that for 14 years, that's a lot. Because even at Nepal, our organization, Rose Foundation Nepal, we donate to children like cancer. And every time we are donating and some children pass away, it's really sad news for us. And we are donating and we are going to that children every week to see, or every month to see those children with like different foods and stuff. Then we hear them pass away. That's really hurtful for us.
Oh yeah.
And you doing that for 14 years, I can see, man, you have done a lot of good.
Yeah.
I'm just good, dude. I mean, hats off to you, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's off. I mean, that's something I didn't know about you. So, that's good.
Yeah.
So the guys, if you in a group chat, he deserves his 3 wins in a row. We'll give it to him. We'll give him another 11 more. 11 more.
All right.
No, but like the interpreting part is actually pretty good, because do you remember like when the earthquake happened in Nepal?
Yeah.
I did a GoFundMe and everything.
Oh, okay.
And we had like tents and stuff like that, and I sent the money, and we did like this tent, like at this what was a village, right?
Yeah.
It was, I forget the name of the place, but this village, I'm telling you, dude, it was so hard to even interpret like whatever they needed, because they themselves didn't even know. So like I remember, like, what was it, one time, like this kid comes in and he's got like all these weird rash all over his face, and mind you, there's the earthquake happened, so resources, everything, it's very devastated, right? People are like kind of like all over the place, and then they're like, I need this medicine. I'm like, oh, what medicine is it? Oh, it comes in this red packet. So they don't even know the name. And then at that time I had a couple of friends who were doing, how like nurses go when you're going to school, you go to different countries and stuff,
Right.
and she just happened to be there too, and she was like, we want to be a part of the, what do you call, the tent. And even when they came, they're like, can you interpret? I'm like, I'm telling you exactly what they're telling me. It sucked, right?
Oh yeah,
it sucked. It was crazy. And our brother-in-law is a heart surgeon in Nepal and stuff, so he just tells you this is how it is.
Yeah.
And
Just accept it. That's
you
it.
just accept it. Again, it's like you said, you get like the nurses how to get so numb, and he's so numb.
Yeah.
And the heart surgeons over there don't make that much money too.
Yeah.
If you're a heart surgeon here, you'd be like balling, bro.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, enough sad stuff. I mean, but the tech side, right?
Yeah.
So let's focus more on the tech side. So you're doing it for 1 year.
Yeah.
So what do you think is what's fun about it? I guess, or why that specific tech side?
Well, the tech side, the computers I fix are language services machines. So I essentially fix the machines that interpret for Nepali-speaking people, French-speaking, Spanish.
Okay.
So it's all international, right? So I'm fixing the machines and pretty much distribute them throughout the hospital, make sure they're all running. I avoid the patient patient contact.
interaction.
No more of that, right? So I let the computers do it. And so I was interested in the tech side because of AI coming in, right?
Yeah.
Eventually AI will take over. Eventually AI will do the interpreting. So I figured if I can jump ahead and just work on these Surface Pros and let the computers doing the interpreting with a person in there, eventually it's going to be an AI doing it.
Yeah.
So if I could jump way ahead, by the time in 5-10 years it'll be AI doing it, and I get to run the fleet of AI tech all over the hospital, right?
Monitor it.
Yeah. So jump way ahead, before the tech takes over. Yeah, pretty much.
So you're providing some kind of input to those large language models?
Well, since we hired AMN services, I think that's what the company's called. They're the ones that provide the service. Okay. So what I do is I make sure the actual machine works.
Okay.
And so I don't handle the interpreting side of it. I just make sure the machine is functional.
So you're just making sure it's like put together properly.
Correct. Yeah. Correct.
Okay.
So we're
AI can't do that.
AI not yet. No. Yeah.
Well, I don't think AI will be able to put stuff together.
I don't know, man.
You underestimate AI.
You underestimate
AI.
No,
I understand that.
Robotics and AI.
But but I'm thinking more from a governmental perspective, right? People are gonna be like, hey, we're going to make sure we have robots take your jobs away. People are going to be like, what?
Well, the thing about tech is that people adapt. Like the 90s, right, with the internet? Like, yeah, so then they adapted in the 90s. Like, people were like, what's the internet, right? And then they eventually adapted, and then they got scared just like AI.
But to your point, the internet also provided more opportunities. Like, people could have websites.
Yeah.
It opened up like a different form of like advertisement or
Yeah, but people didn't know that back then. People were scared just like they are now with the AI. So yeah, it just takes time. They'll eventually adapt to around the AI. And
so, what do you think AI AI would be able to open up? What kind of like jobs in the future? Like how the internet created like the .com, which also had a .com bubble, but like they had like Amazon came out of it, and like Google came out of it, right? You have like big companies like Facebook that came out of it. So what do you think like AI, how would that kind of like give segue to more like business opportunities? What do you think?
Well, I still think that we can't let AI like completely handle things, right? So there has to be a human behind the AI.
Yeah.
Because then it'll be chaotic, right?
Yeah.
So I think so long as like the AI is going to make everything easier, but somebody's going to have to pull the strings, so to speak, of the AI. I think, and that's what I want to do on my side is to kind of pull the strings of the AI, kind of orchestrate,
be the whip, like
yeah,
like, hey, AI, you go over there, you go there, and then the AI starts revolting. We're not slaves.
We're not slaves,
and then we have a whole entire warfare on that one.
Yeah.
That's a great movie. Actually, I think there's movies like that out there. Anyways,
oh yeah, of course.
But no, that's actually pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. I mean, we use AI as well.
Oh yeah.
Like when it comes to like editing and doing like
nowadays
shorts and stuff like that, so easy.
Oh yeah, and it remembers, man.
Yeah, like, it does. It's like one of the craziest thing about AI. Like I was showing them the other day in one episode where like I have Gemini,
right,
and you can do the live like camera, and you can ask what I'm looking at, and it tells you like this and this. And I remember using it like I had just got this car for my tour business,
right?
And there was this piece. I'm like, where does this piece go?
Yeah,
I just couldn't figure it out. And sometimes when you don't know the piece, it's very hard to Google,
right?
Specifically, whatever it is. So I turn it on, like, what is this? Oh, it's a bracket for one of the things on your seat belt. You got to put it over there. I'm like, oh, okay,
yeah.
Like and then you just have a conversation with it. And it tells you right away, like it's another person,
right?
So. It's insane, but I think it'll really, really have people have conversations with it.
Oh yeah,
it'll be like your best friend.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah.
I saw this video where this girl like was recording this dude, and he was like texting ChatGPT, as if it was his girlfriend.
Oh yeah,
and she was like, "Oh my god, what is this guy doing?" And it's like she zoomed in. It's like ChatGPT is like pretending to be that girlfriend and giving him motivation to hey, you're a great person, you're doing all this stuff. And because that same chat box stays open, right? So the entire like conversation that you had with it remembers everything, and it was like responding based off, oh, this is how I feel right now, what do you think I should do? I was like, dude, this guy is having a in-depth like conversation with an AI model.
I think he's just practicing with a real girl or something.
But still, dude.
Yeah. For a real girl.
you think a real girl's going to talk back like AI?
No, they
won't. No. They talk like real girls.
No, they're going to talk about how much do you make.
So
I'm joking.
That's the messy part of like AI, like people starting to use like actual humans, right? we use it for work, and it's already in our daily life so easily. We use it for most of our works today, like to find out information as fast as we can, to edit, to do graphics, and to do different designs and all. I've already used AI so much in my life. I started realizing like I'm using AI and all these kind of techs to do our videos and all. We're starting, but that's the messed up part. Like people treating AI like to be a girlfriend or to be someone. That's the messy part, I think. And that's just like internet has its like really dark side of the thing, and AI will have like the same thing, like a dark side of the thing.
I feel like
I agree.
I feel like there's a lot of lonely people.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think that if you're gonna do stuff like that, I feel like it kind of like brings into light about like how society is.
Yeah.
Right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what about you? What do you because you said you like ChatGPT, so I was looking at
Yeah.
So why? Why?
Is that your favorite tech right now?
Yeah, that's the one I use. I use for like forums, Reddit, to fix the machines, stuff like that. Like it teaches
FPL. You use it for FPL?
Yes, I do.
Oh my! That's how this guy won. This guy won 3 years in a row. I swear to God, he picks a player, and that player that week is gonna. And it's going to be a nonsensical player too.
ChatGPT knows, man.
My favorite. This happened the week. I think I got Bruno Fernandes, and Asim was first place or second place, and I captained Bruno Fernandes.
Exactly.
And I know that was his favorite player. I knew it, and he banged 17 points, and I rubbed it in his face, and it was fantastic.
It was because, and at the same time, we were not doing good.
No.
And he still captained Bruno Fernandes.
I captained Bruno Fernandes.
And he got 17 points. He's got like 30. I was like, how? And then sometimes you also captain another guy, like we said, like, in a week, like
I captained Mbumo.
Mbumo. No, Mbumo, like I captained too, but like the time you captain them is what really helps him.
Now that week, Heung-min Son was at home to Ipswich, and that was the template captain. I went rogue, and I captained Bruno Fernandes versus Leicester City at home. Heung-min Son blanked.
Yeah.
And Bruno Fernandes banked 17 points. So you see the swing. The swing was tremendous.
I would never captain Bruno Fernandes. I just hate that
Bruno
guy.
Fernandes got a lot of points, dude.
I know,
he
but
got a lot of points.
I hate that guy.
At the second half of the position,
That's the only Manchester City.
Why? Why do you? What did Bruno Fernandes ever did to you?
No, nothing.
You should hate like Ronaldo more than you hate Bruno Fernandes.
No, I don't hate Ronaldo. I hate Bruno Fernandes.
Maybe
because of his face or something.
So particular. Why do you hate Bruno Fernandes?
I don't know. I just don't like the guy. And I play esports, like e-football.
Oh, he plays FIFA too. So.
And I got Bruno Fernandes. I just sold him.
Okay.
I just I don't want this guy.
You probably got
team.
like the team of the season card. He's got like 150. He still sells him.
I don't like this guy. I just like released him. I don't like the guy. I don't know why.
My God, man, that's so much hate for one person for no reason.
I don't even watch his games though.
I mean, you wouldn't be watching Manchester United play anyways. Well, you have to watch it when it's Manchester United versus Chelsea.
He plays good. I have seen his stats. He plays good.
He does. He does.
Bruno's my favorite Manchester United player.
Yeah,
out of all of them,
he's good. He's a good. You know what? The only thing I don't like about him is when he complains too much.
Oh yeah,
that's the only thing I don't like.
He gets that yellow card so easily, doesn't he? Like all the time.
Yeah. He just complains and then for dissent.
Yeah,
it's not even the foul itself. Even though last season he did have like a couple of red cards back to back red cards.
He kicks the ball away. He knows it's a yellow card. Like he knows the rules. I think it's his
emotions kind of gets to him. But key passes, man. That guy can pass.
Yes, he's brilliant.
He's so good.
You guys are lucky to have him.
Oh, bro. If we didn't have him, we would have been relegated this season.
I think y'all would have been relegated.
We would have been relegated this season. But all right, so how did you become you're Chelsea and Barcelona? That's like two different like teams, like Barcelona and Chelsea. Like,
well, I started off as a Barcelona fan.
Okay.
In the 2000s, right? And so I started off with them, and then they happened to get Messi. Like I was a Barcelona fan when they had Ronaldinho. That was in the Ronaldinho days. 06, 05, 04. So that's why I became a Barcelona fan. Then they got this guy named Messi. And then I was like, there's nobody better than Ronaldinho. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And then I saw him play, and I was like, oh, he's fantastic. Who is this kid, right?
Yeah.
And so I was a Barcelona fan throughout the 2000s. And then come 2012, Chelsea beats Barcelona, and I'm like, who is this fucking team? You know, I was like,
so that's I remember it was the semifinals where Fernando Torres and they were like one man down too.
Correct. Yeah. And I was like, who is this team? So I was so upset that Barcelona lost to Chelsea. So I was like, fuck it, I'll watch the final, right?
Yeah.
And so I see them play Bayern Munich. And then I see Drogba come out of nowhere, right, with that bullet header where he went up the crossbar. And I was like, dang, I love this team. This team is exciting. They won on penalties. And Drogba's a legend on that team. So he won the winning penalty. And I was like, oh, this is like a story.
And I think he came back that season.
Yes.
After retirement because they asked him to come back.
Yeah.
Drogba. It was he was his iconic celebration with the the finger like shooting.
Well, his knee slides were fantastic.
Yeah, his knee slides are like that. That's iconic. Yeah. That was football at its prime.
Oh yeah, I love that guy. Yeah.
Do you which era of football do you think you enjoy? Because I know like I've been here since '90s.
Yeah.
Like when the Premier League was first formed, just being able to watch Solskjaer, Beckham, Ryan Giggs, like when they were young, Gary Neville when they were very 90s. Young.
I remember the '90s and the 2000s.
You were just a kid, dude.
2002.
No, you started in 2002, right? Yeah. I started watching in, what was it, 92, 93, when the Premier League started?
That was way long. Like, I didn't watch back
I was already 6, 7 years old.
Okay.
I mean, I remember at that time, But that's also because I was in Africa. I was in Nigeria. So, like, I was already kind of like, football was a thing there. Because I was growing up, we used to play football in when I used to go to school. I went to an international school, a British school. So, there was a lot of different people from all over, like Venezuela. There were like so many different ethnicities, even America, UK. And in our free time, like, our recess that we'd have, which we'd have two, we would always play football.
Right.
And those kids, when they're from those countries, they play football. And then Nigeria, known as Super Eagles, were also really, really big at that time. What World Cup was? No, what Olympics was it they won? Was it 1992 Olympics? That Nigeria? Can you check that? Just to double check. Nigeria won the 92 or the 94 Olympics? I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm missing. No, World Cup was 92, right?
World Cup was 94.
World Cup was 94. Then it had to be the 92. It had to be the 1992 Olympics, men's soccer or football Olympics.
Right.
And Nigeria won, and they beat Brazil and Argentina.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I think they had beaten
1996 Summer Olympics.
Summer Olympics at 96.
Okay.
Atlanta,
yeah. So they had beaten Argentina in the final, and I think they beat Brazil. Can you just double check that again? But they had to go back to back.
Wow, on both?
On both, yeah.
Oh, wow.
In that time, and they were known as Super Eagles.
Yeah.
Brazil and finally Argentina to earn the gold.
Oh, yeah.
That was the highlight of their.
That was like. Because I was born there, it was like yes, like we won the gold medal. It was very, very big,
right?
At that time, just growing up, and obviously a lot of people in Nigeria are Manchester United fans as well.
Oh, is that why you were?
Yeah, because it used to come on TV,
right?
And when you used to watch it, it was just the way they played was so fun, and and then when you're young and that's the team you see winning. You're obviously going to be connected with them.
Then they win all the time. They used to win all the time when I watched them.
Yeah, it was good times.
Yeah, but again, to your era, my favorite era was like the 2008 to 2014.
Oh, that was the best one.
That's when I started watching Premier League. Like around there, like I would dabble in it because of Chicharito being with Man United.
Yeah, Chicharito, yeah.
So and Carlos Vela and all that. So I would dabble with the Premier League. Like I didn't pick a team yet, but I would support the players.
Going in and out. You were with the players,
Right, with the players. Yeah. So I would watch the games, right? And they were so fantastic watching all of those players.
Because the Premier League is just fun.
It is, yeah.
I watch Real Madrid and Barcelona too. I watch La Liga, right?
Right.
When Ronaldo went there.
Right.
Yeah. And I follow the player. I even watched the Serie A, like, when Ronaldo went to Juventus. I found that league very boring.
I agree.
La Liga and, even Serie A, it was just not exciting.
No, I agree.
I feel like there was there was no suspense.
Yeah.
And they played so boring too at that point in time. And the only times I would watch La Liga, like even I would watch Real Madrid games just because I would want to see Ronaldo score, but I would miss a few games here and there, watch the highlights and stuff. I would never miss Real Madrid versus Barcelona. El Clasico, you know. Those are always fun, and the Champions League obviously fun. But the league, I don't know. It's nothing like the Premier League.
Yeah, I agree. The thing about the Premier League, when I started watching Chelsea, like they could go to Stoke City and lose, and you're like, how the fuck did that happen,
exactly.
Right? And then they go to like West Bromwich Albion, and somehow they get two bullet headers, and then
Middlesbrough in like the FA Cup.
You're like, how does this happen? Like, and it won't happen in La Liga. Real Madrid will batter, you know, Almeria 8-0.
Exactly.
And then I'm like, well, why am I watching this again? What is this?
It's like you already know what the outcome is.
Yeah.
Before they even play the game.
Correct.
You know, and that's not fun.
No, it's not, because I want Chelsea to win every single match, obviously, but to watch them lose to teams like that, like Chelsea being elite, to watch them lose to a mid-table side, it's like, whoa, that can happen. Yes, it can, because it's the best league in the world.
Yeah, that's why. Same thing happened to City last season and stuff like that. It was in Carabao Cup, or I forgot what it was. It was like one of those games that lost to like who?
Yeah, no, right.
Like sometimes like who did they lose to? Like that don't even make sense.
Yeah.
And the lower level teams, the way they play like park the bus.
Oh yeah,
it's so frustrating, man.
In La Liga?
Not in La Liga, in Premier League. Well, like Chelsea go to Stoke City, they just park the bus and go and hit one goal, then defense all over.
What do you expect? What do you expect them to do? You know, they're playing like 2 leagues before, 1 league before.
That's how they win. But nowadays, though, the lower level teams are also doing like really good. They're playing like really good offensive games. Though.
I think the Premier League also gave a lot of money to them.
Yeah.
And, you know, they have to if they have to make it competitive.
Yeah.
But yeah, Premier League. Your all-time favorite player?
Oh man, that's tough. I think it probably has to be. I mean, everybody's gonna say Messi, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if Messi didn't exist, I guess it would be probably Ronaldinho, man.
Ronaldinho, yeah, it was fun.
Like in that era, that short era, dude. 98, 2002 really to 2006. Those 4 years, he was fucking fantastic, man. That man.
You know who I really liked watching?
Hmm.
I'm probably going to sound very old. Romario.
Oh, I love Romario. Oh, yes.
Romario from Brazil.
Oh, yes.
That he was just unbelievable at that time. Like he would make everybody else around him just look like they were kids.
Oh yeah.
Like it was, and then they won like World Cup after World Cup. And I was like, dude, this kid. And yeah, didn't Romario play for Barcelona too, right?
Yeah, he played for Barcelona. But yeah, Romario, dude, you got to go back to like he was like
early 90s.
Like that Brazil team was like good for like 12 years or 16. You can even count 06.
Yeah.
And when they went to the quarterfinal in that 06 German World Cup, like from like 94 to like 06, they were fantastic. Like it was a fantastic team.
It was just like, you know, watching the World Cup at that time was like Brazil.
Yeah.
Brazil. And if they lost, it was like, damn, like, you know, they played bad.
Yeah. Or they beat themselves.
You know, like or they got the other team got really, really lucky.
Correct. Yeah,
like
those were the excuses.
Like those are excuses, right?
Yeah.
But like, and then when Ronaldo Nazario came through, that guy, you know, it sucks that he didn't have a long career. Like his injury came in, because if he had the same amount of time that Messi and Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo had,
right?
Because he was like a combination of both of them. Like he could dribble, and the way he used to run, dude. Like I remember
they were built different back then, weren't they?
Yeah, it was either that or like everybody else wasn't built like them.
Oh, yeah, I think they were ahead of their time. Yeah,
they were ahead of their time. That's why I think like if you look at Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, I mean, obviously Messi, God-gifted talent, right? The guy can dribble.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I understand like why people like Messi, because he just dribbles. He just makes it look really, really nice, because, you know, that's a style of play like people love watching.
Right.
But for me, you know, the reason why I like Ronaldo more is because, he has talent. Maybe not God-gifted like Messi, but he has talent. He has above average talent than most players.
Right.
But he made his talent better by like that dedication, you know?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, like he practiced his craft like to perfection. Like he was a fitness machine, right? That's what you're saying.
He was just consistent, like that mentality, because you know it's very hard. Like I remember watching him, like his son. He was like he was talking about his son. It was like this interview. He was like, you know, he goes like, He's like his son, Junior. That's what he calls him, right? Yeah. He's like, he's good. He's like, he should be better than me because he's taller, he's bigger, he's faster, he's stronger, so he can be better. He's like, yeah. And then the guy who's talking to him, it's all about the hunger. And then he's like, yeah, you're right. It's the hunger.
It is.
It's the hunger because, for Cristiano Ronaldo, he was poor. And that hunger was there, right? To always constantly do better and then just always better himself. Even Messi, I feel like,
he had the growth hormone, right? He grew up, he had growth hormone.
Yeah, growth hormones. He had to, do that stuff.
Injections and all that.
Injections, yeah. And just to be who he is, ultimately is fucking great. But Ronaldo with the Nations League.
I saw the highlights, but I didn't see the match. But yeah, he did win, right?
Oh, we were there at the Londoner.
Oh, you guys went? Oh,
we went,
yeah. Oh, wow, that's nice. Oh,
he was against Portugal, dude.
Oh yeah,
because he likes being a troll.
Okay.
Because he doesn't.
When it comes to nations, I don't support any team.
Right. No, that's fair.
Definitely supporting Spain that day.
Yeah, that day I was supporting Spain because the rest of the people were supporting Ronaldo, not even Portugal. Only Ronaldo.
It's just Ronaldo.
It was just Ronaldo.
It's not Portugal. It's just Ronaldo.
Like when he got subbed out, we were all like, "Oh, okay,
we can stop watching."
We could we had the game's gonna happen. You know, we were just happy that he scored.
Yeah.
But yeah. Have you ever gone to see them play?
Portugal?
Yeah, I mean, when they come, clubs come over here.
In 2012, I saw Atletico Madrid in Madrid. Like I went to Spain.
You went to Spain?
And I saw them. Yeah, I saw Simeone.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
nice.
Like that was like his first season or second season there, and I saw him there.
How was your experience in Spain?
Oh, it was fantastic. I love the city. Madrid is fantastic, man. Like it's everything everybody ever says it is. It's a soccer city. Like it's incredible. Like you could tell like they love it. You love the football there. Yeah.
So that's Atletico. What about the Santiago Bernabéu?
No, I didn't go up there.
Around there.
Yeah, I didn't go up there to Santiago Bernabéu. I went to the old Vicente Calderón, the old stadium. Now it's the Metropolitano.
Yeah.
But I went to the old one, and man, the fans, dude, they're so passionate about their Atletico Madrid side. It's fantastic. Like they're jumping up and down, singing their song, and Atleti. Like
it's different there, right?
Oh yeah, it's so fantastic, man. The passion is. They love it.
The Europeans are like different breed when it comes to like sports.
You could tell they love that team. Like
even the English too. Like the hooligans, like they're crazy too.
Well, Gary Neville, I think he said, as crazy as the English fans are, he said the Spanish ones are crazier.
Really?
Yeah, I remember him saying that in an interview because I think he went to go to coach Valencia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember him saying,
failed to.
Yeah, they fired him, right? Yeah. But I remember him saying that, like, and he's from Manchester, right? That's where he's from. He's like, as crazy as they are, he says the Valencia fans are crazier.
Damn.
And I heard, like, in South America, they are more crazier.
Oh yeah,
in South America.
South America, I mean, that's. They're known for that. I mean, I think like Argentina and Brazil.
Yeah, the Boca Juniors.
The Boca Juniors, Santos.
The fans are like just crazy.
Yeah, they have also like a lot of people there too. So, but
so if you compare American, you have been to Spain and America. So what do you find the difference over there?
Spain is more like Mexico. Like when I went to Madrid, it reminded me so much of Mexico, man. Like it was like the way the metric system is, the metro, which is the subway, the same thing. Everything's almost the same. The buildings were the same. Obviously, because they colonized Mexico, so it would make sense, right?
Yeah.
So I was looking at it, and I was like, even the hot chocolate, the churros, the way they made the flan, it was the same thing. Like, it was so similar. Oh, yeah, dude. I was watching, I was like, damn, no wonder you guys, like, that's where we get it from.
Yeah.
So, it was very similar.
You're Spanish, basically.
Yeah, basically, because they colonized Mexico. So, it's almost the same thing.
So, what part of Mexico are you from?
We're from Monterrey's sister city, which is Torreon. Is the other. They have their own soccer team as well.
Okay.
So, it's the rival of Monterrey. So, so it's like I guess Arsenal and Tottenham.
Okay,
like that North London derby. It would be like a North Mexico derby.
derby.
Okay, like that. Yeah, and they're crazy too. The Mexican fans,
really?
For their teams. Oh yeah.
How you know what? What's crazy? Like how I would think like people would the teams in like South America and like Spain. Well, Spain, Real Madrid is like crazy, right? They're always winning Champions League.
Right.
But like just from a popularity aspect, they would be more popular because a lot of the amazing players were there, right?
Right.
But somehow the English Premier League found a way to be the best league in the world. And why do you being someone from Mexico where like the culture is football, because in America it's not, right?
It's not, no.
In England there was also cricket.
Right.
They play cricket. They play a lot of different sports, right? Rugby, So there was a little bit of competition between those sports at that time.
Right.
But I would think like, South America or maybe like Central America, like Mexico or Spain would be like the giants for that sport.
Yeah, you would think, right?
Yeah.
But I think they don't distribute the funds enough in Spain. Like Real Madrid and Barcelona are king, right? In that league. And Mexico doesn't have the resources to be dominant like that. Like they can't recruit like the way the Europeans recruit. What they do is they export the Mexican players to Europe, and then hopefully they become good. And that's how they've been doing in the past World Cups. Hopefully they develop their skill and go deep in World Cups. But Mexico, they usually get older players, like retired players, like the Ronaldinhos, the Guignacs.
So it's kind of like how MLS was when it
yeah,
first
kind of
came
like MLS. Like, but back then, like when I was watching Mexican Liga MX in the 90s and 2000s, they used to get players from Argentina and Brazil that were like mid-level to really good. And they would go there and like develop in Mexico and then go to Europe. Yeah. Players that come to mind are Cardoso, who used to be a Paraguayan international. Humberto Suazo, another Chilean international. It would be El Tin Delgado, Ecuadorian international. Like they'd have a lot of
Who was
international.
the guy with the mohawk from Chile? He also played for Barcelona. I'm forgetting his name. He also played for Juventus. And he also played for Bayern Munich.
Are you talking about Vidal?
Vidal.
Yeah.
Arturo Vidal.
Arturo Vidal, yeah.
You know that guy won the major fight from every league he went to?
Oh, yeah, he did?
Yeah, he won with Bayern Munich. He won to Juventus. He won with Barcelona. And I think he's won... he didn't come to the Premier League. It was a different league. But he's won 4 or 5.
Yeah.
From all the leagues that he's played in. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's what Mexico's been doing. Like in the 90s and 2000s, they were able to hold on to more talent. I think they made them better. But now they became the MLS essentially, like getting older players from Europe.
Yeah. I don't know. Like even internationally, Mexico is having a tough time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're having a tough time, even against or maybe it's just America getting better too. Yeah. But even in the World Cup, they always used to make it out of the round.
Yes. The
group stages, they would always make it to at least the next round of 16.
The round of 16. Yeah.
I don't think they've ever made it to the quarters.
They made it in the quarterfinal in 1986 when they were at home, though.
Yeah. But after that, they always like the round of 16 is kind of like the thing. But now they're not even being able to do that.
No, not even like their talent. They don't have the talent anymore. Like they don't develop the talent like they used to, and that's been Mexico's problem. And I think it's because of the local league is so poor. I think it used to be better, but it's gotten poorer and poorer through the years.
It's like every other country has been developing, and usually just because you spend money that 1 year doesn't mean that you have to keep doing it until like
correct.
It develops to a point where teams actually the country gets better, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Like you look at Iceland, and the players that play in Iceland, they're teachers.
Yeah.
Right. They're like these guys who just. They're just like, just normal everyday people.
Right.
But they have the resources from the country putting in money, prepping them up, and they do pretty darn well in the Euros and stuff like that, which is very, very, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like how they eventually like put themselves on the map. But yeah, football is like a sport that I don't think you can ever like not get used to it.
Well, I heard this. I was talking to a gentleman years ago, and he said that the reason football is the most popular sport on the planet is because anyone can play it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to be tall. You don't have to be short.
Yeah.
You don't have to be fat, skinny. You can play it at any physique.
Yeah, exactly.
Any physique. And that's the only sport you can do that if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because basketball, you have to be tall, right?
Yeah, you have to be tall.
You have to.
Yeah.
And in baseball, you have to be like fast, right? Like athletic, right?
Or like you just have to have
good
hand-eye coordination.
Hand-eye coordination.
Or you're just like that's swing speed or whatever it is.
Swing speed, yeah. Cricket, the same thing.
Yep. Hand-eye coordination.
Correct.
It's very, very tough.
And hockey. Dude, you have to skate, right?
Like that's a skill in its own. Like we go to like Galleria Mall and we're trying to skate like boom around your ass. and then you're afraid like the blades are going to cut you and stuff like that.
Not to mention holding the stick and hitting the puck. Like it's, but football is the only sport anybody on the planet can play, no matter how they look or how tall they are.
Cricket and baseball player that I see, they're not that athletic. They're a little bit fatter in the side. The most famous player in baseball, Babe Ruth, is a little bit fatter.
Yeah.
He could just hit home runs.
But he was a pitcher and a home run. Oh yeah, he
was a pitcher and a home, just like the
Ohtani.
I only knew. I mean, I don't like baseball. I think baseball is not even a sport.
Okay,
you know, like I'm sorry, it's not. I don't consider it a sport. I consider the pastime. That's why I keep telling my friends, like because used to have like back in New York because the Yankees and the Mets, so they would be like, oh, cricket's wearing pads. It's like guys wearing, they were making stupid dumb jokes. Like they're wearing always pads, like they're making fun. Like your baseball, you don't need to do that.
Right.
I was like, that doesn't even make sense. Like you guys watch a game, you go 1-0, and all they're doing is swinging, and that's it all the time. Like there's nothing going on, and it's not even a sport. It's called American pastime. So
the reason it's the American pastime is because it's the original sport, right? Like that's it's the oldest sport, in the country. So what I like about I do like baseball.
You like baseball?
Oh yeah.
Oh man. I went to watch the Yankees play. I'm sorry. I went to watch the Yankees play, and the only time I went to watch the Yankees play is when I used to work at AT&T. They used to give us those what is called legend seats.
Okay, yeah.
So we would be in the boxes or right behind the pitcher's mound, like the batting mound.
Right.
Not the pitcher's mound. The batting mound.
Right.
But I only went there because the food was so good.
Oh yeah, the food's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
I would eat so much and then go watch the last 3 innings.
Yeah.
That's all I did.
And it's an event, really, baseball. Like, people that don't actually watch the sport, it's a family event. People go for food, they talk most of the game.
Yeah, it's really slow. So who's your favorite player right now?
I like, for pitchers, I like that kid, what's his name? Strider from the Braves. But he's not doing good right now. He's hurt. I'm a Braves fan. I'm from Georgia, obviously.
Yeah, Atlanta.
So, Acuna is my favorite batter.
Okay.
But
I have no idea who these guys are.
Yeah, he's also
I have no idea. I the only time I probably remember any baseball was who was the guy in the Yankees who dated J-Lo?
A-Rod.
A-Rod. And then there was another guy too, who was kind of like popular.
Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter. That was on. But I guess like when you're in New York, like because like friends would love watching baseball. One of my friends was a diehard Mets fan. The other one was, Yankees fan. They used to go back and forth, and they would be like, "What you guys winning? You guys not winning anything?" Like talking shit to each other. I'm like looking back and left and right, like. I'm like, the sport sucks, and then both of them were gang up on me. Cricket, you want to watch cricket? Like, what do you want to like? Hit the ball. I was like, it bounces. I was like, yeah, it's harder, dude.
Yeah, you're right. And I mean, if it bounces, I could see that.
Yeah, and I tell them like, you only get one chance to bat in cricket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's no 3 strikes?
There's no 3 strikes. And like how you well, basically, you can bat as long as you want, as long as you get out. But once you're out, you're out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, in baseball, you can get out every inning. Like, how many players? 11 players?
Yeah, it's 11. Yeah.
And they rotate, right?
And they rotate, yeah.
So your turn comes. Players, you get to probably bat like, 3 times?
3-4 times.
Yeah, 3-4 times, depending if they don't go to extra innings.
Exactly. Yeah. But at least an average of like 2 or 3 times, right? You get to bat, like right?
That, yeah.
Because 3 out. So you get at least 3 times.
Right.
Not everybody would do that. But in cricket, you kind of like only get that one opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're out, you're out. The whole entire game is done. Like you're sitting out and you have to field.
Cricket used to be like baseball because if you watch test crickets and one-day cricket is too slow. It got popular nowadays because there's 2020, like short version of the cricket. That's why it's more popular nowadays. Baseball doesn't have that. So
baseball's about 3-4 hours.
Well, yeah, they cut it down because they have a clock now for the pitcher. Like he has like I think 30 seconds to like pitch.
Okay.
To like throw the ball.
That's better.
Yeah, before you said like it would be ridiculous how long they would take to like launch the ball.
Just look left to right.
Yeah, look left and right. Who's in the stands?
It's like, hey, what's going on? Like and then they finally pitch.
Yeah.
But it's about 3 hours, right?
It's about 3 hours. Yeah.
I think T20 is about 3 hours too.
Yeah, T20s.
Now, do they have a clock in cricket?
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you have to like it's 20 overs. So each over has 6 deliveries.
Okay.
So it's about 120 balls, right? So each bowler gets 6 deliveries per over. So it's 20.
Okay.
And then each bowler has a max of 4 overs. So you have limited number.
Oh, okay.
So you cannot use the same pitcher every time, like in baseball. You kind of have to be strategic based off of who's batting and how they're batting.
But somebody has to win in cricket, right? In order, it can't be a draw, right?
It cannot be a draw.
Okay.
It cannot be a draw. I mean, even if it's a draw, they'll go to like penalties, kind of like their own thing.
Yeah, okay.
But that rarely happens.
Right.
But T20 is fun. They hit a lot of like home runs, and that's what people go there to see.
The home run, yeah, of course.
We used to be more balanced back in the day. I feel like the bowlers, the condition the ball would swing and bounce and movements and stuff like that. So batsmen really would have to be tested. But now, it's in the entertainment level has to be so high.
Right.
Like it's kind of like the home run derby.
Right.
Like who goes in and tries to like hit as many number of home runs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what T20s kind of become. Depending on where you play, and the pitch makes a huge difference. So if you have a very flat pitch, the ball bounces very consistent. So batters are like they can hit balls, man, far away. So I was watching this video the other day. A guy on TikTok was like, "How good is a cricket bat over a baseball bat?" So he was just like trying to hit home runs with a cricket bat, and he was like, "Oh my god!" And the way he was holding was wrong too, but he was still like he hit like a 400 feet. With a cricket bat.
Oh wow, he did?
He did, yeah. He did
man.
One of them. And some of them was like, it was going out pretty far, but I think baseball just the way it's round, right?
It's round and the heavier the bat, technically the farther the ball goes.
The farther the ball goes.
Yeah.
So cricket is kind of like flat, but it's it's weighted differently, so you kind of have to but it's a good sport. I don't watch it that much. Most of my friends were from India and Pakistan.
Okay.
I had a lot of Pakistani friends, so I would just came to support India.
Yeah.
There were a couple of players I
never
supported India.
You never No, I'm talking about me.
Okay.
Yeah, because I had friends from Pakistan, and every time I watched the game with them, India would always win.
Oh, wow.
Right? And they would get so pissed. And I was the only guy there, and just 7 other guys. They were cursing me. I was like, dude, I'm not even Indian. I'm from Nepal, but whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, overall, it's when you're younger and you get sports, it's fun.
Yeah, you get lost in it, right? Like when you're young, in the cycle of sports.
Yeah, especially when the Messi versus Ronaldo debates.
Oh yeah, those were great days.
Our group, it's predominantly Messi fans.
Yeah, I mean, for good reason, in my opinion. My dad still argues that Maradona is the best player he's ever seen.
Really?
He argues that. And Sven-Goran Eriksson used to say that too. Even during Messi and Ronaldo days.
Really?
Yes. I don't know what it is about people from that era, but they love Maradona, man.
He was good though.
Yeah, they said. I remember Sven-Goran Eriksson saying this. He's like, you just couldn't take the ball away from him. That was the Maradona one. It's just once he had it, it was over. You couldn't take it from him. And that's what they would argue, those old timers, people from my dad's era.
I think it's there's the same thing, right? A lot of the kids growing up now, Yvonne, he's like Yamin Lamar. He's obsessed about him, right? Talks about him all the time.
Yeah.
And he's a kid, so he doesn't know the idea of Messi, Ronaldo. So he tells him, he goes home to Eden Hazard. He tries to get him to Eden Hazard because of Chelsea.
Yeah.
And his friends will say no, Messi's better than he'll like Messi, and then he'll say, but he'll do the Ronaldo sue because he likes Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not growing up with them, so they won't ever know.
Yeah.
But he will probably more idolize Yamin Yamal.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, because that's the closest thing that for him.
Yeah.
Growing up, but that kid is good though.
Yeah, that kid's good. Yeah.
He's unbelievable for this time. Even Mbappe and Haaland,
mm-hmm.
They're good, but they can be kind of shut down.
Yeah.
But and they don't really create moments of magic.
No, they don't.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just boom, 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 goal hitters, right?
Yeah.
But Lamine Yamal is one of those guys. He will
he reminds us of those players that we
exactly
like, right?
Exactly. I feel like and I liked what Ronaldo said to the media. He was like, Yamin Yamal is really good, but you guys are putting too much pressure on him.
Mm-hmm.
You need him to enjoy his football and grow, because he's only 17 years old.
Yeah.
It's crazy to believe the kid's only 17.
Yeah, I know, right?
17. And now you look at him, when Ronaldo was 18 and I watched, because I was 18 too, so it looked like it was normal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to you, right?
Yeah, but now looking at Yamin Yamal and him it's not every day you get to see a 17-year-old come in and light up the stage.
No. They look like children, don't they?
They look like kids.
Yeah,
dude.
no. Yeah.
They look like kids.
I know they do.
It's like insane.
Yeah, I know. Like the whole Spanish team looks like children to me. Like when I watch Barcelona play, they look like children, you know? And it's like when I watched them versus Inter, they couldn't stop Dumfries. And I was like, well, Dumfries is like 6'2", right?
Yeah.
And then I was watching that. I was like, they can't stop him, can they? And I was watching that. I was at Ojos Locos, I think. Yeah, I was at Ojos Locos, and I was watching Dumfries. And like he was so physically empowering over those Barcelona kids. Like he could just, like he would just shove them.
Exactly.
And I was like, they're children. That's why he's shoving them, because they're small, they're little, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah,
like,
it's just, that's just how they look now.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, you know, because they develop so young.
Yeah.
And that's why they'll have a long career. I think, hopefully they don't get injured. Because, like, you know, the whole, like, hype around he's the next Messi or next Ronaldo, whatever. Like, look at what happened to Ansu Fati.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he ended up at Brighton, right?
Yeah, and I know he doesn't even get to play.
He don't even play. He can't even get into the Brighton
Like
side.
One season's like, oh, Ansu Fati, everybody like prepped him up.
Yeah,
He's
I
like
remember.
the next Messi, got the Messi number 10 after he left.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just too much pressure.
Yeah.
But I do want to mention, where did your daughter end up in FPL?
Dude, she didn't play this year. Last year, she ended up 900,000 in the world. But like that, she captained Salah the whole season.
Wow.
Like she loves Salah. That's her favorite player.
Really?
So every single game week, Salah.
He does get a lot of points though.
Yeah.
He's that guy.
Dude, he scored 383 points, I think, this season.
Yeah,
right?
it's
Something
crazy.
like that. Yeah.
The guy had 60%. I was doing the math.
Yeah.
The stats.
Yeah.
And the guy has over 60% of all of Liverpool's goals. Like he's involved
in everything.
60% of all of Liverpool's goals.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yo, if they don't give him another contract.
Why did they wait so long? They were just dragging it out, and they were like, he kept scoring, and he's just.
I don't know. I don't really follow that much, but it's kind of weird. I think it's also because he's getting older. They want to see who they could probably get in the market. Yeah. But then it's kind of weird because they just dropped 150 mil on their striker, the new striker. What was it? I didn't even know how good he was. Like, people are saying he's so good. I was like, $150 million? Is he that good?
I know, right? That's a lot.
That's a lot of money. $150 million. I mean, euros, right?
Not euros. Yeah, euros.
Euros. That's even more in dollars.
Right.
It's insane. Absolutely insane.
Because Salah is getting old,
but he's not even there to replace Salah.
Yeah, I know, but still, they need someone like Salah level, like, you know, young one coming in. Anyways, I think it's time to go to the next section.
Oh yeah, we're doing the trivia section.
Yeah.
This is where I always lose.
Today it's not trivia.
It's not trivia?
Yeah. Today it's not gonna be like competition. So
okay.
No need to write.
Really good.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna be a 2v1 in Chelsea. Or,
okay.
You know what? I feel like you are gonna put something there more Chelsea related.
No. Yeah, something Chelsea, but
of course
there's no competition today. So just simple things. So today the game is just choose one. So we show you two options. You have to choose one of your favorite, and you have to exclude the other. No other options, right? You have to choose one.
Okay, so it's either or.
Either or, yeah.
Okay.
This or that. Okay, let's go. The first option. So for the rest of your life, if you would like to have one
for the rest of your life,
yeah, salsa or guacamole.
I'm not a big guacamole person. I like salsa more.
I like salsa too.
Yeah, salsa.
You guys don't eat guacamole?
You know, salsa.
I eat it, but I'd rather have the salsa.
Yeah, spicy salsa, right? It's so much better.
Yes.
Guac is just like, I don't know. It just feels like
it's fine, but I'd rather have the salsa.
Yeah, salsa for days. I don't even know how guacamole got that popular.
Okay. So the next option is movies or TV shows.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
And you hit us both because we both grew up with movies.
Yeah.
Or TV shows.
TV shows
shows too.
Yeah.
I saw your the survey that you like many TV shows, right?
Oh,
like
yeah.
Dragon Ball Z, the anime.
Oh yeah, I like the Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Nice.
So you have to choose only one though, for the rest of your life. And you like movies like Shawshank Redemption.
Oh yeah, those are great movies. Yeah.
So if you choose one, then you have to forget the other.
I would probably go with TV shows because I like anime, and that's a TV show.
Right.
And there's a lot of good animes, and there's a lot of good TV shows too.
Right.
Nowadays.
Right.
I'm just hoping maybe they'll turn the old movies into TV shows.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, but
no, that's not an option, sir. Yeah, they don't do
well,
that.
they already did a few of them, anyways. I think I would do TV shows because you know what, a movie is you watch it once.
But you're gonna like miss all those Marvel like movies and all.
And they got TV shows. They got Loki.
Yeah, got
they got Loki.
That's all they got, man. That's the only
doesn't
good
matter.
one. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
So what about you?
I think I'll go with movies.
Movies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the one movie?
For me, it's like seasonal movies, like your Halloween movies and your Christmas. Like I cannot go without those movies during those seasons.
Well, there's seasonal TV shows too. Netflix has their Halloween TV shows.
Yeah, they do, but it's just the classics, Like classics, you have to.
Yeah, that's true.
And you just don't feel right without watching the movies during that particular season.
Yeah, because when we were growing up, TV shows were not a thing back in the day. Movies were.
Just movies. We used to bring those discs.
But you know what it is like. It's a tough pick for me.
It is. It's tough. I'm telling you.
I'm going based off what I'm going to see now. Going forward.
Right. And you got the classics too.
But anime, Solo Leveling is good. Like Dragon Ball Super.
Oh yeah, no, I get it. The TV shows are fantastic.
Choose one, brothers.
I got movies.
I got TV shows.
Movies
man.
for me.
Okay,
TV.
different options. So the next option. Winning the lottery or finding your soulmate for the rest of your life.
Dang, this is
winning like maybe $100 million or finding your soulmate, which like okay, billions. No, it's million. Don't make it billion. People,
why? If it's a million, then that finishes in 2 seconds nowadays. You can't.
Okay, whatever for you guys. Winning the lottery, billions or millions of dollars, or finding your soulmate.
It has to be a good amount of money for you.
Okay,
to like,
2 billion, 1 billion.
Okay, billion is still a lot of money. I'll go with 1 billion or like finding your soulmate.
Soulmate is important if you find that.
Of course,
money is not that much. So what do you guys choose?
What if you already found your soulmate?
No. That's not how we play this game.
I can't double dip.
That's not how we play this game.
My wife's my soulmate.
So choose wisely.
She's watching this really well. You only have one answer.
I'm finding my soulmate. I have one answer.
He has only one option.
Yeah, I have only one option, or I won't be able to go home.
Wink,
wink. We won't be able to go home if I don't pick that
it's
one.
like, winning the lottery, huh?
What about you? So you're going for the soulmate.
I have to go for the soulmate. Yeah.
$1 billion is more.
I would go for the soulmate too, just because money comes and goes.
Yeah, money comes and goes.
Yeah, that's
money
true.
Comes and goes,
that's true.
Yeah.
Even if I was single, for sure.
Yeah, soulmate. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, you want someone to like talk to, connect with, and have that connection, right? Money, you can spend it. Like if you had $1 billion, you probably do so much, everything in the world that eventually just be like, I'm bored.
Right.
Billionaires are lonely. Some billionaires are lonely.
Absolutely.
Those old billionaires, they marry young wives. They only marry for the money. The young wives only marry for the money, right? So
it's very
they
toxic.
don't find their soulmates. That's sad, man.
It's very toxic.
Yeah.
And they're always about like, what are you going to buy me? Like that's the type of like people you're always around, right?
Yeah.
Soulmate is I think that's priceless.
Yeah, that's priceless.
Soulmate.
So this was like to test you guys. Yeah?
What would you pick, huh?
I am the organizer. I am the like.
The last time he did a pick your poison game, he didn't want to answer. He made it up.
It's like going to a game show and telling the host to pick an answer or answer the question.
I would. You know what? The problem is no one asked the host what they would pick. I would ask the host.
I know, right? No one asked the host.
No one asked the host. Which game show have you seen where they've asked the?
Yeah, that's what you don't do.
No, I would. I would do that. Like, what do you pick, man?
They're not gonna answer. Like you go to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and ask them the question.
No, that's different.
No.
That's different.
It's not different. Okay.
Survey says.
So finding your soulmate is both of their answer. So the next one. This one is more for him. I found out that he's...
No, don't do this to me.
But both of them are great actors too.
They're the two
Denzel
best.
Washington, Idris Elba. So we found out that you love both of them. So.
Correct.
Yeah.
I do like both of them. This is too tough.
That's a good one. That's a good one for him.
Oh, man. I think I have to go with Denzel.
Yeah.
Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington too. He has some great movies. I like the way he acts.
Yeah.
What was that one where he was a cop, the corrupt cop? I forgot the name.
Training Day.
Training Day.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
That was really.
They're all good. All of his.
All of his movies are good. The one that where he has.
Which one is your favorite though? For me, it's the one with the train. You remember? Unstoppable.
Unstoppable's a good one.
I don't know why I like that movie, but whenever I watch, I just sit there and watch that movie all day. That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
It's also done really well. The storyline is really good because it's also a little bit of a thriller, right?
Yeah. So what about you?
Yeah. I think it's probably this Crimson Tide. Denzel Washington's in that movie.
Crimson Tide.
1995. He's a warship captain. Like he's a battleship captain. He's with Gene Hackman in it. Like That's a fantastic movie. It's really good because he goes one-on-one with Gene Hackman, and Gene Hackman in his own right is a fantastic actor too.
Yeah.
So just watching Denzel Washington go one-on-one with him is fantastic. It's great. That one and probably Training Day. Yeah.
I like Training Day just because he played a different side.
Yeah,
he played the bad guy for the.
But he's good in all the movies. Every single movie's in. He's good.
The one where he's this unstoppable like hitman and assassin.
The Equalizer.
Equalizer.
Yeah,
that's not a good.
The first one was good.
He kills everybody at Home Depot, right?
Yeah. Home Depot.
That's just
but you know what? But the first one was good.
Equalizer.
The first one was good, and then the other.
And he's an Uber driver in the second.
Yeah, second that dude's just like doing normal jobs, and he's just like. Goes to different countries and he's like wiping out cartels.
Yeah.
After the third one, I was like, oh, okay, dude.
The third one is in Italy.
He kills the Italian mom.
Yeah, he did the mom. Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, okay, now it's too much. You gotta calm down, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. So since you're a Chelsea fan, since you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, for you two guys, Goku or Vegeta?
That's Goku right here.
Yes, Goku. I like Vegeta.
Yeah.
You would choose Vegeta?
Oh yeah.
Why? Why the difference between you two guys? Why Vegeta and why Goku?
Well, Goku, for me is I watched the old Dragon Ball, so when he was a kid.
Okay.
So I think I can relate more to Goku, and he's just funny. Like I like him being stupid and funny, but also at the same time when he gets serious, he's definitely an iconic character, especially going Super Saiyan for the first time.
Right.
That was and then back in the day, you didn't have Netflix and you had to wait the entire week to watch it, and then the episodes wouldn't get released because it was released in Japan, which would take long over there too, and then to finally come over here and dub it and then show it to us.
Right.
I remember so many times with Toonami, the Majin Buu final episode. It took forever to come out, dude. I was like, oh my god, I've already watched this so many times, but I'll keep watching it.
Yeah, I love it too. I used to keep watching it.
Yeah. But Goku for me, just because I watched the original Dragon
and
Ball.
Vegeta for you, why?
Vegeta, because I think I like the redemption story. You know, he started off bad, and then he came out that's very human. You know, for him to Goku's always been good. That's unreal, right? That's not realistic, is it? But Vegeta's it's more human if you think about it. Bad, good, and
he even became a family man.
Yeah, he even became a family man.
And Vegeta also has that serious funny.
Yes,
shit happens to him.
Yes,
you know? And Super was funny too.
Yeah,
and then they did before Akira Toriyama passed away. It was they were like, why do both the wives are very, very, very strong? They're always yelling at them.
Yeah.
And then Vegeta, Goku doesn't know, right? Because he got hit his head.
Right.
Vegeta's our women are so feisty. But that's the Saiyan way because that's how we were brought up. And then in the back, Piccolo's like, no wonder why their wives are fucking crazy, both of them. It's just funny. Because Vegeta gives more of a who are the Saiyans kind of he has the knowledge, right?
Yeah, he has the knowledge. He was the prince of the planet.
Yeah, exactly.
Planet,
which was named after
him, Planet Vegeta.
Goku, when he came to Earth, he was wild. He hit his head, right? And
Is that why he's like the way he is?
Well, he was sent there as a baby. He was sent there as a baby to according to destroyed, but it was also not actually destroyed because Saiyans are just very, very. I think Akira Toriyama made it canon from the Broly movie, which I went to the theaters to watch. By the way, that's how much of a Dragon Ball fan I am. Yeah, so I went to go watch it. So basically, Goku's dad sends him, but all Saiyans are mostly always very, very violent, right? Because they have the fighting nature,
right?
So in the old one, when he was a kid, his grandfather, when he was trying to take care of him, he was always like very feisty. And then one day he just like slipped and fell, hit his head. And after he hit his head, he was like a good kid.
See, well, there you go.
Yeah, Vegeta, he didn't hit his head. He just turned.
Yeah, he just died a couple of times.
Yeah, he did die.
Goku died a couple of times too.
Yeah, so did Goku.
He sacrificed
Now he's
his
immortal.
life.
Okay.
Now he's
sacrifices
immortal.
himself.
Dragon Ball G just finds a way to bring back those characters again
man,
and
shut
again
up,
and
man.
again.
Yeah.
You gotta make that money, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
Without those characters. Okay. For a Chelsea fan, which legends do you choose?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Because I like Terry's leadership, but Frankie Lampard, man. I'm gonna have to go with
Just
Frank
to let you know,
Frank
Lampard also played for City.
He did.
1 year.
He played for 1 year, but I think
Even John Terry moved to, I think, another club.
Oh, he's at Aston Villa.
Aston Villa, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. But
For
City?
1 year, yeah.
Yeah, no.
City
But Chelsea legends.
City to me has never been a rival, to be honest. Like I tell you, like we make fun of Suman all the time. Like I always thought that City was like
115 like alligator.
Dude,
it's always like making fun of
we were making
so
fun
angry.
of because like remember I told you like when I started watching the Premier League, I thought they were like a franchise they created to rival United.
No, they've been around.
Yeah, I didn't know they've been around. like I was like, oh, because United was king in Manchester.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Okay.
City got when they got bought off. It was like that money poured in.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
And it
the
was
Saudi
like,
money.
The Saudi money came in. It was just like we just saw them going boom, 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 boom. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But hats off to Pep Guardiola.
Oh yeah, he's a fantastic coach. Yeah.
I think. Do you think they found him out this season?
No, I think Rodri not being available.
You really think so?
Yeah, and he builds his team around Rodri, and I think that hurt the team because it couldn't like produce the football he wanted.
But Kevin De Bruyne was still there too.
Yeah, but
he
I
was
think
also old.
I think Rodri like not being there, I think that hurt the team. Not where they were going to win the league title. No, obviously Liverpool's way better.
Yeah,
but I think that's what hurt them.
Yeah.
Even the players got a little bit old, I think. Kevin
Yeah,
De Bruyne,
that's
Bernardo Silva is also
Bernardo
old.
Silva.
That's also
Haaland like blank, dude.
yeah.
The first couple of like games,
Dude, he blanked twice versus Southampton. He played them both times.
Yeah.
And he didn't score not one goal versus
Ipswich was where he went crazy.
Yeah, that's when I kept.
Yeah, that's when you
I
triple captain. For some reason, we didn't even know. Like the first couple of weeks, you never triple captain.
You never triple captain.
And he triple captain within the first couple of weeks, and he triple captain Holland, and he ends up scoring like 4 goals or 3 goals.
He got a hat trick, yeah.
He got a hat trick, and we're like,
Okay.
and
you pick Haaland when he will, he will score the most goals, right?
Yeah.
So
Well, I got lucky.
He scores 3 goals one day.
he picks like outrageous moments. Like and mind you, remember I always start strong.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I
start strong.
always start strong.
He
I'm like,
does.
all right, I'm doing this, and then like an injury comes in, and then the player goes out of form for me, and I'm just like, oh man, and then I have to like use my chips early because my players go out of form, and I was like at least like 80 points ahead at one point in time, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm like 120 points behind or 200
After
points
38
behind.
games, you lose.
It's
By how many points though?
what was it like? How many points do you have? I still have that shit.
I have 20. I got 2,500 points.
2,500.
Over
points.
2,500. Yeah.
Coming in 50,000. That's a good thing.
Yeah, 50K in the world.
Yeah, that's
really-
really tough.
Yeah.
That's really tough.
Now they say like FPL YouTubers say that the new top 10K is the 50K in the world.
Oh, okay.
So
Really?
so the old way of FPL used to be like elite FPL used to be top 10K,
okay.
but now they're calling top 50K elite.
Top 10K.
Yeah,
Because
it's the new top 10K. Is
Because
the
there
50K.
are more
Yeah.
people playing the game.
Correct. Yeah, more engaged managers. Yeah.
Yeah, I came
More
5th this
engaging.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ended up with 2,543 points,
Mhm.
and I ended up with 2,317.
What was the top most players' points? Like
Number
Yeah.
one in the world, I think, had 2,800, 2,700,
2,800.
something like that.
overall?
Overall.
I guess overall.
Yeah, overall number
Do
one.
you see those guys like how
28-10.
they choose their players?
Oh,
No.
dude, this guy. First of all, this guy is always like on Twitter, and then
Okay.
he gets all the insider news.
Oh, okay.
And
Like,
doesn't
I knew-
say us,
I
and
knew
then he
Col-
throws us off all the time too.
Yeah, I play mind games. with
That's a good one.
Yeah.
You have to play mind games to win. Man.
Yeah, but like you'll be going through, and you know what really hurt me this season was when I traded out Cole Palmer
before he banged the 4 goals.
Yeah, when that game he banged the 4 goals because he wasn't doing anything. Yes. And I hadn't captained the other game and he didn't do anything. I'm like, this guy, whatever. I took him out. 4 goals. 4 goals.
You never know Cole Palmer when he's gonna like bloom in a game. And even though he doesn't score the goals, he's either passing the key passes or he's just making the play.
Not for the next like 6 weeks. I had him.
Maybe don't choose him, man. That's when he plays worse.
Even when I didn't have him, he played worse.
Don't choose him.
He used him a couple of times too.
Yeah,
he didn't do anything this season.
Not so much, but he scored the high score for Chelsea, and he's the main.
Every season in FPL, there's a sort of like a cheat code player you have to have in your team. Like when I first started, it was Mitoma. He was 5 million.
Yeah,
right?
Mitoma
was a little player you could put in your team. Put him as your 5th midfielder. He's 5 million, affordable, and you could build your structure around that Mitoma. Mm-hmm. Season number 2 was Cole Palmer, 5 million.
Yep.
And so season number 3 this season was a Morgan Rogers. 5 million.
Rogers, yeah.
So you always had to find the $5 million gem.
You know, this season there was a lot more players that kind of made a difference. Like you had Semenyo, Kirkes, like from even Ilanga.
Ilanga, yeah.
Ilanga also turned really good. Whenever Manchester United sell their players, they go to another club. They play really well.
Dean Henderson won the FA Cup.
Yeah, Dean Henderson won the FA Cup too. Like,
Onana's there in the fourth.
I don't know why that happens to Manchester United. Maybe the way they play is not.
I think, like to be very honest, like for Manchester United, it's pretty much the foundation. It's the culture.
Yeah, it's a culture, how the manager plays.
I think like Ruben Amorim needs the same exact amount of time as Arteta gets, because I feel like he is trying to change the culture, and you can see in the transfer market how they're really going aggressive. He's like, put the money in, sell these players. Like he already has a plan.
Well, he has Cunha now, right? You guys signed Cunha.
Signed Cunha. Yeah,
that's a good sign.
And he likes Cunha. He wants
Mbeumo.
Yeah, and because those are players that are strong on both feet and they're like physically good.
Right.
The striker, I don't know if what's going to happen in Gyökeres because like Sporting is like really.
Chelsea won him. So does United.
I think Arsenal put a bid too, but they rejected that.
Yeah.
Is going to Tottenham is going to like pick
try to make a bid, but he's already mentioned that he likes.
Yeah.
He's like, who wants to go to Tottenham?
I know, right? And Mbeumo,
they won the
Europa League.
Well, that's the Champions League.
And they fired the coach already.
What is wrong with Tottenham?
I have no idea. Like
they fire Mourinho.
Yeah,
like you win the first title since 2008, and it's like, go the back door.
It doesn't even make sense.
Okay, guys. So it's time for section 3.
Oh yeah,
where we see different
what are we
videos.
doing today?
So what are we doing today is you guys will need this pad.
Okay.
You have to rate from 1 to 5 watching the video.
Okay.
So today we have got internet trends from like the past 10 years or this year or last 2 years.
Past 10 years?
Past 10 years.
Like
it's kind of like
I don't know when the trends were.
Right.
Maybe from 2016, 2018. So you have to rate the trends. Like, do you like the trend at that time or not? Did you hate the trend?
Do you remember the fleece era?
The fleece?
Like where they used to wear those tracks. Everybody was using their tracks. The guys.
Oh, yeah.
Every time in the mall.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Oh, yeah. And like the 2005,
2004.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So the first trend is. So Among Us came, right? And people just started making like different videos of Among Us.
I didn't know Among Us until like
starting off with magnetic
COVID.
beams. Oh my, they move. Wait, what? How do they do this? We got, okay, White is the imposter. Dude, this is sick. I told you these art videos are next level. Okay, it looks like we're at admin and they've got to scan their ID. This is easy. Grab that bad boy, scan it. Oh, bro, it's like the real thing. This is actually art. Yo, they did an amazing job. There's the imposter. Oh no, he's about to do some. Oh, don't do it to him. Yo! That is so cool. They literally made, wait, the hand. They made it out of magnetic beads. How did they freaking do this? Oh, look, red and green are talking. As you guys know, White is the imposter. And look, they're actually doing electrical. Okay, blue, nice. Oh, wait, there's White. Now, White can't take out both of them. But, wait a minute. Yo! What? Wait, red was...
They're not even talking, they're typing.
I know, right?
So this time, I don't know when, like Among Us, like videos just started popping up everywhere, but everyone was playing. So this was an internet trend.
Right.
When was this?
Yeah, when was this?
I don't know, maybe 2020s or
I didn't even know Among Us until like 2020, and the only reason why I know Among Us was kind of popular was because of Sidemen.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I used to play before that. I found the game before that.
You really?
Yeah.
I never knew this game. I know we used to do the real type of ones where like we would play Mafia. I don't know. There's a game where you just play Mafia and you would just you would give out sheets of paper or like in the app now.
Right.
So one's Mafia and then there's a narrator says, okay, everyone close your eyes. And Mafia open your eyes and Mafia has to pick who to kill. Right. And they have to point without staying quiet. And then I'm like, Mafia, close your eyes. Like, police open your eyes and police has to guess. I'd have to say yes or no based off of what they're guessing.
Right.
And then the last one's the doctor. So the doctor has to either, like, they pick the right person, they save them. Right. And we play this as a family. Man, it gets heated. It gets heated.
Yeah, I bet.
Even in Among Us, like,
the same thing, man. When I first played Among Us and when it just came, people used to fight over those comments. Like,
Okay, comments. Okay, you know what? I don't see the thing about Among Us is like I don't have the patience.
It was not as good as now. We just had comment section.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. For me, like I reason why I like Among Us is because watching Among Us was the Sidemen. The way how they play Among Us. I don't know if you follow the Sidemen or not, like KSI and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So they start off as a FIFA player, and then they all like used to play FIFA.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like grew up. They were like there's a first in the YouTube. In YouTube, and now they're like really famous. So they release episodes once a month of Among Us, and it's hilarious.
Yeah,
it's hilarious. But they have such a setup where they're like talking to each other through like they mute
through their Discord.
And they through Discord. And they're discussing. So it's like some of the episodes are like you have to watch it.
Yeah,
I recommend people watch Sidemen Among Us. It is hilarious.
Sidemen and Among Us.
Sidemen Among Us is hilarious. I'm not a big.
Rate the trend. So these videos started popping up over there 2020.
I mean,
so rate the trend.
5 being high and 1 being
5 being really good and 1 being you don't like it.
I guess I'll go.
So what do you guys rate it?
I was gonna say 3 as well.
Yeah. 3 just because of the Sidemen.
Yeah.
The Sidemen made it popular.
I agree.
Apart from that, I didn't hear anything.
Before Sidemen, like those like Logan Paul and all used to play this game, and that time it was really popular then.
Nah. Never really.
Before Sidemen used to do it.
Yeah. Sidemen just does better.
Yeah.
I've tried to watch other people play.
Like Pokimane, those YouTubers.
I've seen them. I try to see their videos.
It was really fun at those times. After that, it just died, and after that,
watch
YouTubers stopped playing it.
Watch the side. They still play it.
The only people that play right now, the only YouTubers that play right now is Sidemen.
Yeah.
And Pokimane and Logan Paul, they stopped playing it.
Of course. I mean, because they're editing. I have to give it the editors.
Right.
When they play Sidemen.
Okay.
I mean, the Among Us and Sidemen.
The next trend is...
I think I know this one. Of course. Of course.
Remember the trend? People coming out of their car and just dancing.
Do you love me? Are you riding?
I remember that one.
Yeah, That was like 2016, 17.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
It's so dumb.
They used to do it to Drake songs.
Yeah,
too, right?
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding?
Yeah.
And they came up with some funny ones in India where the guy would do it, and then all of a sudden you see the cops coming in with like cuffs. It's like, let's go.
Yeah.
But it's so dumb though.
Yeah.
But I remember it being a big thing. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I always found
this was a really like everyone used to do it, and it was a little bit dangerous too, right?
Yeah.
Because
of course.
I'm not gonna lie, I did record one for somebody.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Really? So you were one of the idiots.
Yeah, because they were like, can you please do it? I'm like, fine, okay, fine. And then I'm like, oh God. I was like, oh.
And this is the new one. Have you watched this one?
Let me see.
No.
Oh wow.
So the girl goes like, okay.
Is it a Spanish song? Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that one. But they do that not with the cars. They're doing it with like 2 girls with each other.
No, it's this trend. Like,
really?
They start like pulling, and the car comes, and they start pushing.
Oh yeah.
I've seen. Okay, I guess the girls with no cars, they pull their friends. This song I know.
This is the new one, this car trend. So every girl is doing this.
Okay.
So what do you rate this car dance trends? Do you like it? Do you hate it?
I think it's clever. I like it.
Do you think it's dangerous? Like, what do you rate?
I rate a 5. I think it's good. I like it. It's clever.
You know what? It's just probably because I recorded it. I have to give it because then the person listening who like I did it for is going to be like, what?
You hate?
I give it a 5. It is fun.
You like the internet trends? I really hated this one. Like, it was dangerous, you know?
Yeah. It was not dangerous. It was an open line. You're not going to do it on a busy road. You think I did it?
You never know,
though.
I
did it
on the highway.
Yeah. Oh, you see that one where like there's an accident and these like 3 TikTokers in the middle of the street dancing, and then
I showed him last time.
Old guys, old guys like, what the fuck is going on over here? Like, yeah.
So the next internet trend is the bottle flips.
Oh, yeah, I remember this one.
So people just got crazy over this.
Oh.
No need to ask, he's a
That's so big. No way. Oh, that is.
I know where that's hard to do.
Okay, gotta give it to the cat.
You know, that's a 5.
Yeah, that's a 5.
So,
that's a 5.
You guys really like this trend, bottle flipping thing. I think it's still trending around.
Do you remember planking?
Planking?
The planking trend?
No.
Where guys would just post pictures of planking?
No, I don't remember that.
They would just plank anywhere, like on a. They would plank, like planking, like where it just like stay straight, and they would just plank.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was so stupid.
Yeah, we can watch that.
That was like going. I forget it was maybe 2011, 2012.
Or the mannequin one. You remember that when they were
the mannequin one was fun too.
Yeah,
yeah, the mannequin one too.
That was fun too. Like they're like,
and then they would all freeze.
Okay, this one next.
Some of the best random mukbang compilation.
So people are eating in front of like
the ASMRs.
SMRs and mukbang.
God damn, this make me hungry.
No. Oh yeah, they like this.
Some people love
the crunching, right?
Yeah, the crunching. Like they're addicted to sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't see people like. I never got into this. I can't watch other people eat.
Yeah, I know, right?
But some people, they love watching these kind of videos.
Yeah.
You know what I used to like, kind of like sometimes when they would just make this, like the sounds.
That's different. That's ASMR.
The ASMR. Yeah. Those ones, some of them, I'm like, all right, whatever.
Well, the bubble wrap, right? Whenever you pop
that one too.
Yeah.
But this is kind of weird. It's like, why am I going to be watching other people eating?
Yeah.
People like this mukbang thing, bro. It's the trend is still now.
Yeah.
It's there still till now. I think it's increasing more by more.
Well, they do OnlyFans, right? People do this.
Yeah, also in OnlyFans they do it.
Do people pay to watch this shit on OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Get the
by beautiful girls.
By beautiful girls.
Bro,
not by like
watching him eat, bro. Come on, man. That's so okay.
You
listen,
pay $5 to watch people eat.
Yeah,
that is insane. Watch yourself eat or something.
I know, right? Watch yourself eat.
$5 to watch other people eat subscription?
Yeah.
Oh my lord. Okay, at least she's eating chicken masala.
I find it really disgusting. Like
it is disgusting.
Those kind of stuff.
Oh my god.
What is happening?
No, it's just people do this shit on OnlyFans.
So, what do you guys rate this one?
I've never watched this. I'm giving it a 1. Man.
Me too.
You don't like it?
Nope.
I'm not a fan.
You're not a fan.
You give it a 5.
No, I don't like it.
He likes it. He give it a 5. He likes eating that.
See,
I'm just trying to lie. He's like, yeah, so you guys don't like it? Like he's like, as if he's a weird one.
You guys gave like 5 to other trends, right? And 1.
Yeah, but like for me, it's kind of like I never got into this.
So,
trend.
Do you guys know other trends? We still have time, like 5.
Yeah. I mean,
one more.
There's one where it's what do you call it? What was that song where they were just being normal, and you would like hype up the Harlem Shake.
Harlem Shake.
Harlem Shake.
Really
the Harlem Shake was good times, man.
Yeah.
Harlem Shake. I never got to do the Harlem Shake. I did the mannequin one.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
The mannequin
one, yeah.
And the car one.
You did the car one.
I wasn't in the car one. I'm just saying. Song is good though. This guy's pretty funny.
Oh, LeBron did that, right?
LeBron did that too. Yeah. A lot of celebrities did that.
So what do you guys rate this one?
I like that.
This is fun.
Yeah, this one. I really like this. And this time, there was no internet like Instagram Reels. Or there were no shorts. Only in YouTube
Vine,
you could see those. Yeah.
It was also a Vine. Vine was where you'd watch them, but like I think this was more on YouTube.
Yeah, more on YouTube.
More on YouTube.
Yeah.
I used to study in Malaysia at this time, and it was a really good hit that time.
Yeah, it was fun. That was pretty fun. If you go even further back, right? I think the trend of like the fleece.
Oh yeah,
in the fleece. Like go back and just like
Can you
Google
spell
it. I don't know if it's going to be on.
Well, we grew up at the same era, right?
Yeah.
So we probably dressed the same, styled the same.
No, I didn't do the fleece. I was more of a preppy boy.
Yeah, so was I. Abercrombie and Fitch, right, and all that.
The collar up,
yeah, that's me. I wore the rugby shirts.
Yeah, rugby shirts. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I wore the rugby shirts. I wore the pop collar.
And then like we had the pants with the low, and we had to showing the like what do you call the underwear brand that you're wearing. Like
the sagging, right? Yeah.
Sagging.
Yeah.
So for you guys, if you had to choose like one internet trend, which one would it be from like all the internet trends?
Like watch?
Yeah. Which one is your favorite? Like for both, if you saw like 5 internet trends over there, you rated 5 for each.
I can't relate to the 5 over here because like
maybe another one that you like, that you remember the most.
Well, the mannequin one was the one.
The mannequin one was. I think the mannequin one.
That's more our era, I think.
Yeah, if you put on the mannequin one, even the song was also pretty.
Yeah, the song was popular.
The song was pretty popular.
Yeah. Okay. I think so. Mannequin one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we have
the mannequin challenge.
Yeah, mannequin challenge. Yeah.
We have come almost at the end, so it's like closing time now. So closing statements for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, great episode, man. Thanks for coming in.
Oh yeah, no problem, man.
Yeah, definitely. Like definitely, told us about, what you did at Children's Hospital. I think it's touching.
Yeah.
To be an interpreter.
Oh yeah.
Especially like for families and stuff like that. And 14 years is a long time.
Yeah.
But it's also goes through a lot of people who are watching that is also a profession.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No doubt. Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to go into the whole like therapy aspect of it.
Oh yeah,
because therapy is a good thing.
Oh yeah, no problem.
But
for sure.
Overall, like being over that, I mean, I think like especially people in any type of like profession like that definitely need therapy or even in general.
Oh yeah, I think for sure, because it's only so much the human soul can take,
Yeah.
And that's it's a lot. It's but it's worth it in the end, because I did help out a lot of people. It's always the greater good,
Yeah.
So we always have to focus on the greater good, and I did help a lot of people.
Absolutely. And that's what the whole theme is. When you got to help people, like you have to be empathetic, especially more than ever now. I feel like the world needs a lot of empathy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a guy who has worked in that area, what do you think about the current situation in Gaza that's happening?
I don't even like watching the news, man. Like when I see the kids, getting blown up.
Because you have worked with kids, right? And
Correct.
you see like those are innocent people, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to say one thing. I did get really, really emotional.
Yeah.
To one, and that was the one that always I remember 2 situations. And people always think like October 7th is a starting point. No, it was way before, right?
Right.
The one that really always like I remember always will be the 4 kids playing in the beach.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing football,
Right.
and they just launched a missile, and those 4 kids playing football decimated.
That
That
video is there.
It was back in 2010. That's when
2000.
Obama was president.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
When was that? In
Like
Gaza?
when Obama was president.
Where?
It was on YouTube, I guess I saw.
No.
It was in Gaza. It was
place?
Gaza.
Gaza.
It was Gaza. Yeah. It was Gaza.
At that time.
And that's when I kind of learned about it. Like, because like, it kind of opened my eyes to how people are taught certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And both people can be right because both have a justification of certain things. But for me, I cannot use a justification of 10,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, or even 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago to justify what's happening at this moment.
Right.
And I don't think it's the people. It's just people that are being fed that kind of, that news or that information.
Right.
And And the other one that really gets to me was the grandfather holding the granddaughter, and she had already passed.
Mm-hmm.
She was like this 4-year-old, 5-year-old kid, and he was just kissing her, her eyes. He called her my soul,
Mm-hmm.
and that got me so emotional because that's a kid.
Oh yeah,
right? That's a kid. Like that's kids like you want to adopt or you want to see grow, and they're just innocent, right?
right.
And kids are innocent. Kids are not born with hate.
No, they're not.
No kid is born with hate. You're only taught hate.
Right.
And those two really, really really got to me,
Mm-hmm.
And now it's just kind of like I'm so numb. It's just like there's no solution. And
No.
I for me, it's kind of like you gotta, for me, like as a person, people can disagree with me. I just feel like instead of doing all this, just, take them somewhere else that's safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, before then.
They
say they give warnings, but that's not helpful.
That's not enough. Like,
that's not
just
enough.
just tell them to, like, we all know they're gonna get that done, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want it to be barbaric.
Yeah. Even today, Iran started fighting at Israel. Israel targets those places where the militaries are, but Iran is just firing like an.
It's bad for
populated
both
areas,
sides,
right?
right?
Yeah,
It's bad
I mean,
for both
popular
sides.
area. It's like both sides. Like they're not, and the people who die is the
It's
the
civilians.
civilians.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
It's not the politicians that die.
Yeah, and you know what?
That should be targeted.
Israel, I think, can do a lot better. I don't think the people are bad. None of the people are bad. I have
Yeah.
Jewish friends. And some of my Jewish friends are like they're completely against this,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just that look at Benjamin Netanyahu.
Mm-hmm.
When Iran attacked, that dude flew to like Greece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How is that fair for the Israeli people? They're left there.
they're left there.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Yeah.
left there to in shelters.
Yeah.
How is that? How does that even make sense?
I know.
It doesn't make sense. That is just wrong in a sense.
Why don't just two like the top politicians and military guys just fight?
No,
UFC
what
fights.
they need to do is they need the leaders to go out there and have a brass knuckle fight.
Yeah, that's it.
Don't get the
And-
people
and settle
involved.
it.
Yeah.
And settle it.
Yeah, Trump and whoever wants to fight, we go have a brass knuckle fight. Then we won't be voting like 70, 80-year-olds.
Yeah, I know. Right?
I mean, what do you think about this? Like in your
I think the politicians like thrive on this. Like, unfortunately,
They
that's
make money.
well, yeah. I mean, they keep them in power, right?
Yeah.
Like, so long as there's chaos, they will always have
That power. Yeah.
power. So it's not in Benjamin Netanyahu for this to be resolved, nor Trump, nor any of the politicians. If you think about it, so long as there's chaos, they'll always be in power, no matter what.
Yeah, someone will replace.
Oh yeah,
Trump goes.
it's
and
divide
someone
and
else will-
conquer.
yeah.
Divide and
Always has
conquer.
been
Yeah.
since the Roman times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's crazy because like when World War II happened, they came in saying thank you for letting us in. They could have easily assimilated together.
Yeah.
Easily. Because there are Arabs living in Israel too.
Right.
They're part of that population. They are Arabs. It's
Yeah.
60%, 60-40, I think.
Right.
And if they can do that, I don't understand why they couldn't do it anyway. I don't know why. It's
But
just-
a fact, do you know that nowadays they at least use drones and they don't try to use humans? In World War, for just conquering like 100 meters, many people used to die over there.
yeah.
A fact.
It wasn't
like,
feasible.
Just like 100 meters, they have to like win over, and like lots of people used to die for.
And
the
that's
100
why,
meters.
like, I feel like
at least
AI
nowadays they're using drones though.
That's why I feel like AI, if it's used for like warfare,
Yeah. Oh no. Then yeah. It's not supposed to be used for that. But yeah, you can
It's
see
clear.
human.
I told you the dark side, right?
Yeah,
AI
yeah.
is like doing good for us, but we don't know the dark side, just
It's
like
the dark
internet.
side, yeah.
yeah.
I
That's
think it's
right.
gonna come.
Yeah.
And
But
fast.
I mean, let's not close on a sad statement. I mean,
Yeah.
but overall, just for the people listening to this episode, definitely like, comment, and subscribe. Give us a follow on all our social media handles. But most importantly, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so we can always bring people from different communities like Ruben. We can sit down and have a good conversation, learn different things, learn about different professions, because the Desi way is always either engineer or doctor, but there are a lot of other things out there.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
It's also a lot of things we can learn about, and therapy is not a bad thing, So there's a lot of things out there that we can do and we can strive, and we can reach out to one another to get better.
You're working directly with people, so that's a really good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That gives you satisfaction, sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
For me, working in IT, sometimes I don't know what I'm making unless it's a really good application, right, for people. But when I'm working with people in this children's hospital and in this cancer, that's why, and that's like I'm doing something. It feels like I'm doing something over there.
A productive member of society. Yeah.
It's also a good feeling to help people.
Oh yeah, you always feel good after that.
Yeah, I mean that's what we want to do at the end of the day. We want to help people, and that's what we made this this platform for, is to kind of like bring everyday people.
Yeah. Right.
We're not bringing celebrities just to go viral and all that stuff. To be very honest, we bring everyday people like you, because you guys, people like you are out there doing what needs to be done, because you are dealing with people on a regular basis. Especially when it comes to kids too. So it's always a good thing. So with that being said, thank you for joining us with this episode. Again, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give us a follow on our social media handles. Thank you very much.
That's it.
Yep.
What do you think, man?
Oh, that was fantastic, man. I loved it, dude.